Tesla's history can be characterized by alternating phases of explosive growth and multi-year plateaus, a pattern reflected in the company's stock price. But don't let these plateaus fool you. Beneath the surface, Tesla is a dynamo of constant motion, a company relentlessly reinventing itself, anticipating market changes, and laying the groundwork for its next leap forward. It's the unleashing of these pent-up innovations that ignites the next explosive growth phase, propelling Tesla to new heights. Back in April of 2022, Elon Musk announced that there would be no new product launches for the year, and the company would be focused on scaling and building out its infrastructure. In exchange, Elon Musk promised that Tesla would see a wave of new products in the following year. Tesla delivered on its scaling ambitions in 2022, dramatically increasing battery and energy storage products, increasing deployments by 152% to 2.5 gigawatt-hours in the fourth quarter of 2022. The wide release of FSD Beta also set the groundwork for the flywheel, which later on became FSD Supervised, and factory ramp-ups at both Giga Texas and Giga Berlin achieved 3,000 Model Ys per week by mid-December of that year, setting the stage for Tesla to make good on its scaling promises and propel Model Y to the best-selling vehicle of 2023. The success of Model Y at Giga Texas also allowed the company to shift focus and release a new product, the long-awaited Cybertruck, at the end of 2023, essentially the beginning of a new wave of products as Elon Musk predicted. Tesla announced the unboxed process for its next-generation vehicle platform, and they also begun work on a new lithium refinery, continuing to build out the infrastructure for its upcoming ambitions. And then in 2024, the tidal wave of new product announcements got larger, with Cybercab, the Robovan, also the scaling of Cybertruck, Megapacks with the ramp-up at Megafactories, supervised full self-driving, a new Optimus robot hand, and most recently, the new Model Y, unprecedentedly being rolled out at all 4 factories at once in early 2025. And so while investors wrote off Tesla between the years 2022 and 2024, it doesn't mean that Tesla did nothing between those years, although vehicle delivery growth did slow. But they were busy building out the foundation of the future. The company strategically prioritizes infrastructure development, recognizing that sustainable, long-term growth necessitates a strong base. And these investments may not immediately translate into visible top-line growth, but they're essential for scaling operations and expanding. Now, Tesla believes that 2025 will be a big year for the company, and on the recent Q4 conference call, Elon Musk said that 2025 will be pivotal, allowing for the company to go ballistic in 2026, 2027, and 2028. He predicts that Tesla's size will become larger than the next top 5 multi-trillion-dollar companies combined. Tesla has a killer product lineup, which is about to get even crazier. People say that Tesla doesn't refresh its products, but the vehicles are all at the top of their game. Models S and X Plaid, the Cybertruck is the best-selling EV pickup truck, which is an extremely lucrative market, and the Model 3 and Y are in a sense a moat, keeping competitors busy while Tesla is about to hit them from multiple different angles with autonomous software products. The new Model Y is a very interesting car, but the strategy that Tesla is using is literally insane. This is the best-selling car in the world, and they're disrupting themselves to make it even better in every way. It's said that 50% of the parts in the vehicle are new. They're taking a bold risk by switching to a sleek cyber-esque light bar, and at the same time they're listening to customers and keeping the signal stock intact on the steering wheel. This is probably not something Elon Musk wants, but customers have requested it. But speaking of bold risks, all 4 of Tesla's major factories are simultaneously rapidly phasing out the current Model Y and ramping up the new Model Y. This is extremely risky and will hurt Tesla's sales for at least a quarter, but the benefits outweigh a single quarter of listening to complaining short-sighted analysts, as Tesla surprises competitors like it originally intended 5 years ago when the Model Y first came out, but was disrupted by the pandemic. Competitors only saw the new Model Y for the first time literally a week and a half ago when it was unveiled, and already deliveries are about to begin in less than a month's time all around the world. There was no real wait time for this vehicle, as it should be. The minute it was launched, it was available for order, and these aren't pre-orders. The car's not coming out in 5 years from now. These are orders with nearly imminent deliveries scheduled. This is underappreciated. Contrast that to the world's largest automaker by sales, Toyota. Try ordering a new RAV4 Prime, which is one of the most popular plug-in hybrids, tiny battery pack, and the wait times are in the range of months or years for a car that's already been out for half a decade. Again, Tesla is displaying the strength and speed of their few but powerful gigafactories. There's also a mystery car, perhaps dubbed the Model Q, which Tesla reiterated once again is on track for the first half of this year. This cheaper vehicle will use a hybrid of their new technology on their old production lines in order to help realize the full potential of their existing factory lines and produce up to 3 million cars per year. Tesla will likely wait until the new Model Y is stable before shifting to this new vehicle. If it's indeed cheaper, both to produce and to sell to consumers, it could also expand Tesla's addressable market further into the untouchable realm of cheap gas cars, which only sell because they're cheap and have little competition from EVs from the time being. I've been calling this the Model K for compact car, as Tesla hinted at years ago, and fits well with the Sexy Cars Rock acronym, although Model Q strangely still works, and would take a shot at short sellers who invariably use the term Tesla Q, indicating a bet against the EV company. Moreover, Elon Musk chuckled on the conference call, calling the Tesla Semi a small $10 billion business, which may not have much meaning in the grand scheme of things, as a drop in the bucket as compared to Tesla's other AI-based products, although he says autonomous semis could be very valuable. But if we're thinking about Tesla's mission to replace fossil fuel with electric, semi will have the highest impact. A single semi-truck is equivalent to roughly 18 cars in terms of emissions, although there was no mention on the conference call of the 100 gigawatt-hour 4680 cell factory in the works at Giga Nevada, which will help to support the semi's production. Asking about LiDAR was more of a feel-good moment for analysts. Tesla's producing 4680s at a rate of 2,500 Cybertrucks per week. At 13 weeks per quarter, that's just over 32,000 Cybertrucks per quarter, which is way above actual Cybertruck production right now, suggesting that 4680s are still maintaining a lead here, and Cybertruck has potential to expand further. Elon Musk did revert back to battery pack shortages, something we haven't heard about in a while, but Tesla's new US refinery could help with the raw materials. There's always a trade-off between putting batteries into cars or into energy storage products, and so it's a bit surprising to see that this is back on the table, although it's also a high-quality problem, indicating that Tesla is ramping up its product deliveries once again, a very bullish sign. The MEGFACTORY, which is coming online in China, shouldn't have a problem with batteries, as Tesla is sourcing them locally, and China's companies like CATL, the largest battery manufacturer on Earth, and BYD have enough capacity. In the US, Tesla may indeed be very reliant on the progress of the lithium refinery. Again, no questions about batteries on the conference call for some reason, which is very surprising because Elon Musk alluded to a third megafactory, which once built along with the China factory ramp-up in the existing Lathrop megafactory, could triple Tesla's current deployments from the record 11 gigawatt hours they just achieved in a single quarter. Watch my last video on Tesla doubling output with the Shanghai factory, because energy storage could soon be larger in terms of profitability than at least where automotive is today. Now, one sign of a great business is that it's constantly laying the groundwork for the next opportunity. Elon Musk thinks that this next generation platform that Cybercab is built on will eclipse Model Y and Model 3 production combined, and potentially bring 5 million in production vehicles per year to market. The production lines are currently being prepared at Giga Texas. That's a major update, which will provide the growth for 2026, 27, and 28, when Elon Musk expects things to go ballistic. While vehicle production at Tesla will skyrocket, ironically, this new sales volume will begin to, in a sense, matter less and less. The goal is to add as many vehicles as possible into the Tesla Robotaxi network, which will generate recurring high-margin software revenue. Vehicle production will only amplify that. It's obviously very important. But Tesla believes that by the middle of this year, FSD will be ready for a paid service in Austin, Texas. Consider that if a single Tesla Robotaxi brings in just $10,000 in profit per year, which isn't crazy given that it'll be running 24/7, unlike Uber drivers which need to sleep, yet ticket prices will be lower. But this will be high-margin software revenue converting almost fully to profitability, and for Tesla's own fleet, they'll keep all of it. $10,000 in profit may be on the low end or maybe the average, but that's more than they make on the sale of a Tesla vehicle, and it will occur every year whether they sell another car or not. That could make Tesla's earnings start to go ballistic as early as 2026. Then there's the highly ambitious Optimus humanoid robot, which should not be viewed as a sci-fi project, as it's ahead of schedule and will soon be contributing meaningfully to Tesla's bottom line cost savings. Tesla is starting this out in their own factories and plans to sell to companies, they said, perhaps as early as next year. If they're selling to companies, they may make a lot more leasing out the robots instead of outright sales, as charging per hour for an entire year is far more lucrative than a one-time sale. Elon Musk thinks that Optimus will be Tesla's most valuable product and will make up the bulk of the value of the entire company. He originally stated that 1,000 units would be made this year, but on the conference call announced that the internal goal is for 1,000 robots per month, and then 10,000 per month next year, 100,000 the year after, and so forth. In my past Optimus video, we highlighted how 1 million Optimus robots could turn Tesla into a $10 trillion company, and if production and the business model are on track, this could occur in 2027. 2028 would be 10 times that, so it's really not clear what will happen. One of the cool things about Optimus, however, is that if it lives up to the high expectations, Tesla will use it to enhance every line of business previously mentioned, to reduce costs and increase output. Therefore, Elon Musk saying that the company will go ballistic may be an understatement. So what do you think is the most exciting opportunity that Tesla is working on? And do you see Optimus eclipsing every other product at Tesla? Don't forget to watch my last video on Tesla doubling energy output. Be sure to follow me on X at TMIOTesla, and please hit the like button and subscribe. We would really appreciate that. And a huge shout out to all of our patrons that help to support our channel. Your support helps us to continue to make great content. Thank you guys so much for watching.